Hey, how's it going, guys? Mark here with another video. Today I wanted to talk about the 5 stocks that I think that you should buy, that I'm buying to increase my portfolio size, and just 5 good picks that I really like. And my goal with this portfolio is to buy mainly larger tech stocks and stocks that I know will have a long-term growth, where I can just kind of dollar cost average in, and then when they have a larger correction or a big dip, I'll take a big chunk and dump them in there, because I know over a course of 5 to 10 years, maybe even in some cases 30 years, they'll grow exponentially. And my whole goal is to be able to not really stress about a stock just tanking completely and going into oblivion. Yes, that can happen, but with my picks, I really think that if that were to happen, you would see it coming from a mile away. And yeah, guys, so I also want to say that part of my strategy is that I do want to also buy into some other stocks that are kind of like disruptive stocks, like something that will, a company that wants to change the entire business model in an industry, such as like Tesla bringing electric vehicles to the car market, or like Square bringing contactless payment to vendors and stuff like that. But yeah, let me start off with saying that of the 5 stocks that I think you should buy, that I own all of them that I'm going to recommend. And so let's start off with my largest holding right now, which is Tesla. And I have 35.53 shares in Tesla, and I purchased them probably in last March, when I started to really put my money into it, and I'm up over $6,000 on it, which is really nice. I bought in before the stock split, and I had at one point about 70 shares, but I took profit on the day of the stock split, and I kind of diversified it into other tech stocks that I thought will grow exponentially. And some people kind of knock down the idea of taking profits because, oh, well, then you're not really you can never time the market and stuff like that. But, I really felt that I had a lot of money in Tesla, and I felt that I needed to diversify my portfolio a little bit. But when I say diversify, I mean that I wanted to put some of my profits, or I should say take some of my profits, and put it into other similar companies that are kind of like Tesla, but more so of tech stocks, like bigger tech stocks like Apple, Amazon, and Microsoft, because I just wanted to kind of diversify but still stay in that same realm of safety for investing in companies with overall potential of growth in the long term. Now, when I say long term, I mean anywhere from 5 to 30 years. And when you look at the track record for most of these companies and these stocks that I'm going to talk to you about, the majority of them, if you look at their track record, they've been constantly growing at a steady rate, except for some of the disruptive stocks like Tesla. And, I was really lucky to get in on Tesla. I bought in earlier on, before the stock split, I think in March, like when the pandemic was happening, I bought a bunch, and yeah, I made my money, and I took some profit, and I'm still holding on strong. I'm still dollar cost averaging in. You can see my average cost is $2.61, and I have 35 shares, and I buy $25 per week. You can see right there, it says Tesla buy set next tomorrow on a weekly $25 a week basis. But yeah, guys, so Tesla is my biggest holding, and by far one of my favorite companies that I own, just because of how innovative it is, and I just see such an insane potential for them to kind of turn into the next $1 trillion company. I think their market cap right now is like, what, a 400 billion maybe? Let's see, where is it? I can't find it right now. But yeah, I think they're about 400 billion, but I really could see them being priced at more of a $1 trillion to $2 trillion company, same as at the same level of Apple. But okay, that was my first stock. My second stock I want to talk about is Amazon. So I only own, I think, 2.2 shares of Amazon. I buy $25 per week inside of it. I'm down a little bit on it because when I took my profit on Tesla, it was kind of at the peak of Tesla, and kind of in early September, before all of the stocks kind of took a heavy correction, and September was kind of a correction type of month. Let's look at this if we can see in the past 3 months. Yeah, I kind of bought it up here at the top, and that's why you shouldn't be, you need to stay away from being an emotional investor. You need to stay with, if you believe in companies, you buy and you hold for the long term. That's the best way and the safest way to make money. You can make much more money doing other things, but it's super risky. And by far, the easiest way to succeed is by buying and holding long term. But yeah, so I bought into Tesla with my profits. I'm still buying $25 per week in. Dollar cost averaging, but I still have, I bought 2.2 shares, and yeah, Amazon is kind of a no-brainer in my opinion. I mean, it might be really expensive right now, but I think that Amazon is just still on the right path and still on the same path of growing. They're having Amazon Prime Day, which is basically a huge meeting for their company, and they come out with announcements of their earnings and whatnot, and that's going to be coming around the corner, and I really think that that's kind of why we ran up over the past, the past week we've ran up almost 10%, kind of recovering from the crazy month we had in September. But yeah, Amazon, it's a company, if you look deeper into Amazon, it owns so many other little companies, and it's just expanding and expanding and expanding. It's just getting ridiculous. But that's why I love Amazon. And something beautiful about Robinhood too is because you can look at Amazon and be like, oh, well, $3,500 for a share is really expensive. But in reality, what's really cool with Robinhood, this app that I'm using, you can buy fractional shares. Like, that's how I'm buying $25 a week with it, because it's a beautiful thing. You can just buy. You don't need to have $3,500 to buy a share. And if you want to start using Robinhood and be able to buy Amazon and some of these stocks, use my referral link, and I'll put it in the description, and you'll get a free stock, which is pretty cool. You can get a free stock, I think, anywhere ranging up to, I want to say, like, even a stock like Facebook, I think they offer too. It's random, but you can get lucky, but you're guaranteed a free stock, which is really cool. But okay, let's go into my next stock pick. I really like Nvidia. This is my probably my third largest holding. Nvidia is a great company. This company kind of creates AI chips, and these guys were kind of the lead developers for autonomous driving AI chips that Tesla was using. And Tesla was actually originally buying the chips from Nvidia. However, now Tesla creates their own chips, which is a great thing. And I'm just like, why not buy both? Because Nvidia is kind of a good hedge against that. And I really think that Nvidia is kind of leading the charge in autonomous driving and AI chips. And basically, Nvidia has just been exponentially growing. Where did I buy in it? My average cost was $3.19. I bought into Nvidia a long time ago. I think when it was like $100 and something. One of my friends told me about it, and we got talking about it, and I looked deeper into it, and I got really excited, and I invested into it. And this is another company that I've been dollar cost averaging into, another $25 a week. And yeah, this company, it had a great run up. I mean, look at that. The last 5 years, that's fantastic. But I wouldn't be surprised if we have a pullback. I mean, we kind of did in September, but we haven't reached back into the all-time highs. We're definitely getting close. I think we're, $18 off about, maybe $20 off. But Nvidia is another big tech company, and I really love the tech companies. I just think that it's kind of our world is kind of turning into this place where, we had like the dot-com bubble, and we kind of have a little tech bubble going on right now. But some of these bigger tech companies are kind of superseding the bubble, and are kind of becoming they're solidifying their positions. And basically, I know that they're here for the long term, and I know they're going to be here for a while, and they've just been growing exponentially, and they've been proving to be good companies and proving to be bringing back good earnings. And I just think when stockholders hear good earnings, that just makes the stock price go up. And I love Nvidia. I've been investing in this company. I'm going to continue investing in it. All right, let's look at my fifth stock pick here. I actually I love Apple too. Apple is another great company. I mean, I'm sure that a lot of you guys are probably watching this video on your Apple iPhone. I'm sorry if you're using a Samsung. Losers. Just kidding. But yeah, I think that Apple is a fantastic company. It's over $1 trillion company. This was another company that when I took profits off of my Tesla, I diversified into. I think I bought 13 shares. I'm not buying a bi-weekly or weekly. I'm not dollar cost averaging into this company, but I'm not against it. I really am not. I just kind of think right now we're having a really heavy run-up right now, leading to the earnings and the announcement of, there's just a lot of hype going behind the new iPhone that's coming out. And I really don't know if it's going to be a flop or if it's going to boost the stock price a lot. But I mean, over the past day, we had a 7% run-up, which is freaking incredible. It's insane how much it's gone up, considering. Let's look at the year. I mean, no, the 5-year, that's just insane. This was because of the stock split. There was so much hype. There was so much hype behind the stock split of Tesla and Apple, and it was happening at the same time. And I wouldn't be surprised to see some sort of trend coming out with these larger companies starting to do more stock splits, because there's more younger investors getting involved, and fractional shares are getting more and more available. And I really believe that it might turn into a trend where some larger companies are going to be announcing stock splits, and their stock is going to run up insanely high. It's going to burn a lot of people, but it's going to make a lot of people rich, which is really interesting and something to look out for. But yeah, Apple is kind of a no-brainer as well. It's safe, and they give a dividend, which is great. It's 0.68, but I mean, it's an amazing growth stock. You're going to see what's like the overall growth in the past year? In the past year, I mean, well, that's insane, 113%. Don't expect that every year, but I could expect, I would be happy with a 20%, 10%, even a 5% gain on my Apple position a year would be fantastic, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was double that or triple that, because Apple is kind of just another monster like Amazon. They're taking over, and they're just gaining more and more market share, and yeah, guys, they're selling lots of our data, and data is a expensive commodity now, and it's only getting more expensive, and they're making more money off of it. That's why I'm liking Apple. But yeah, guys, so that was my 5 stocks that I've been buying and what I would think are good buys. But I kind of want to also throw in 3 little honorable mentions here that I have. I like Microsoft kind of as a hedge to Apple, and Microsoft kind of gives a little bit higher of a dividend as well. It's a lot more stable than Apple. And Microsoft, I mean, Microsoft is a massive company. It's just like Apple, except it's a lot different at the same time. There's a lot of different technology that Microsoft is involved in compared to Apple, and that's why I really like it. It's a hedge against Apple, and it's not why would you only want to choose one when you could have both? That's kind of my opinion on it. I don't think that one or the other is going to put each other out of business. I think that that's impossible, really. I mean, if that were to happen, then there would be a monopoly, and you'd be able to see what's going on, and then you could probably hop into it if that were to happen. But I really highly doubt that that's not going to happen, and we're kind of just looking pretty good here with Microsoft. But I like Microsoft. I'm not dollar cost averaging in here or Apple, but if they have larger sell-offs, I'm going to take my profit from my other stocks like Tesla and Amazon, and I'll definitely put it into here if I think that the time is appropriate. But and I also want to mention Square. So I mentioned earlier on in the video at the beginning how I'm also interested in stocks that are disruptive, kind of like Tesla. And I have a couple shares of Square. I only own 2.17, but I'm buying, I know this is a random number, but I'm buying $33 a week into Square because I really think that there's a really high potential here for growth in the next 5 years. They're really starting to understand, and they're starting to not really care what the big agendas are, and they bought into Bitcoin, which I really like to see, because I really believe that Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are part of our future here, and I think that companies are going to need to start adapting. And if Square's the first company to start doing that, I think that's fantastic, and I think that that's going to create great opportunities for Square, and for Square to start selling and breaking into the crypto market, because there's so many large corporations that aren't breaking into the crypto market, and there's so much money to be made. Well, they might be involved, but they're not going public with it. And when they do go public with it, though, that's another story. That's when things are going to get crazy. But yeah, so Square's another honorable mention that I really like. They're basically it's ran by the ex-CEO of Twitter, Jack Dorsey, and he's a really innovative guy. He's kind of like comparable to Elon Musk in a weird kind of way, but that's why I really like this company as well, and I'm going to be dollar cost averaging in. If we have a heavier dip, I'm going to buy more into. I'll probably buy a chunk up, but as of right now, we're definitely overbought, which, I mean, that doesn't mean that we can't run up even more to $200 or even $300, because, I mean, if you look at Tesla and Apple, we had crazy run-ups, but I just am not prepared to drop a big chunk into here, because this is definitely more of a riskier investment comparatively to Apple and Microsoft and Amazon, in my personal opinion. But yeah, guys, I just wanted to tell you some of my stock picks that I really like. I also am invested in the S&P 500, kind of just as a placeholder. I mean, really, I just have that. I want to kind of dollar cost average in there, but at the same time, I just think there's more opportunities out right now because of how crazy times are right now that I don't really want to invest in the overall market until we're looking more sort of a stable direction. We're definitely in a seesaw action, constantly ripping up, constantly ripping down, so I'm not really prepared to do that. But yeah, guys, this isn't, I'm not a financial advisor. This is just for entertainment purposes only, but I just wanted to give you guys my 2 cents and tell you my top 5 stock picks that I believe in, and some honorable mentions. If you guys like this video, please give me a like, and please subscribe, leave a comment if you liked it. If you hate it, tell me you hate me. I don't know. Leave me something. I want to keep making videos for you guys and keep giving information out to you. Give me a big like. I know I said it. Give me another like. Give me another like. Give me another like. All right, see you later, guys. Bye.